Video 1 of shoplifting out of Recipes of Disaster. I'm going to go and read you the 3 pages to this chapter in 4 videos. I'm going to go over a personal experience and anything that regards into any questions. People want to learn more about this knowledge, they can email me on Facebook. I don't condemn on anyone committing any crimes over the actions they learn from it. This is just an act of freedom of speech and a way to have people know their boundaries between good and evil. I'm going to start off with the first paragraph. It has been said that capitalism will sell the very rope in which it will hang you. That is said to be true in my behalf, which I am a 9-time felon. All regards upon theft and burglary and theft of motor vehicles. That may be so, but he sure wouldn't sell it to you to the price of anyone or a fellow capitalist could afford depend on despair. Though what you can't buy, you can steal. Shoplifting has its drawbacks. It can be more dangerous in terms and legal repercussions than other alternatives, meaning of gathering, and it doesn't discourage mass production, nor for the matter of mass consuming. My bad, scratch that out. All the same, sometimes what you need can't be afforded or can't find in dumpsters, such as homeless people. And if you are going to shoplift from time to time, it is good to stay within practice. Now, that was the introduction to chapter 27 of shoplifting. I don't condone on anyone committing any crimes, and this video is just for public knowledge. I am not committing any felony acts or anything. It's just a way of freedom of speech. There is also a spiritual side of shoplifting. Being calm and important, it may even help you to employ meditation techniques. Try acting appropriate. To be harmless consumer, you are pretending to be. Be friendly when you interact with employees. Ask questions. If you need to smile, scratch that. Where was I? Ask questions. If you need to, smile, unless you are actually seeing secretly items in your clothes. If you are being seen, I should have said. You will only be suspected if employees find you suspicious. Keep that in mind. I'm not condoning anyone to tell anyone to do anything, but I'm also telling you a smart way to condone in such acts, if you choose. This is just knowledge that's coming out from what I read and from experience through me. Just the same, there is no standard appearance for shoplifters. Corporate research shows that teens shoplift more than middle-class, middle-aged women as does the second. Who would have thought? Maybe you wouldn't have. But the survey security person knows this. Dress as yourself, not as a shoplifter. So don't dress like a thug. Don't dress all in black. Don't wear a ski mask. Come on now. You gotta think smart, you know? So you feel comfortable, but don't get lazy and don't assume you're being ignored. Now that is the first page. Give me a second. Alright, this is the third paragraph. I've said the introduction and I said the first paragraph in the knowledge upon shoplifting. I've experienced lots in my lifetime, which I've been found guilty in the court of justice system in Portland, Maine, and West Bath Court as a juvenile. Thus, you gotta be careful because there are consequences. Anything under $500 is a misdemeanor. Now, in the state of Maine, anything over $500 is just considered a Class C felony, but anything more over $1,000 is considered a B, which is almost like a term of grand theft auto, but it's not grand theft. Grand theft is more like 15,000 or more. Alright. The store detectives are undercover employees, don't have a particular look either. You can be busted by any of a whole cast of totally unexpected characters. Some employees by the store, some not. Your best bet is not to let anyone observe your activities. Confidence is an asset, but be careful not to get any cocky or be cocky, I should have said, scratch it. Your ability to shoplift is limited to resource. The more you do so, the higher the probability that you will eventually get caught. When this happens, your captors will probably try to make things difficult for you. If you get caught several times, you may feel compelled to stop shoplifting, which I would do. Hold on. Don't let that be a moment you realize that it's better to have a long career shoplifting yourself to the community with necessities than it is to go out in a blaze of habituous, that's a comma right there, trying to acquire the more luxury items that the next consumer can buy. That's the end of that paragraph. I'm going to read the last two for this page and that'll be it. And I'll do a little bit of segment of telling you a little story upon this, not even a minute. When you work with a partner, make sure you find someone whose style is compatible with yours, so you wouldn't have to deal with any stressful misunderstanding, scratch it, disagreements in the midst of an already stressful mission. When you are in a store, keep track of the cameras, but don't intimidate that it's the cameras that get people busted. But researchers show that they wouldn't best as departments. I don't know what that means. Keep in mind that most stores with dozens of cameras don't have dozen employees watching them, such as Walmart, Target, this is just off the top of my head, Best Buy, malls, stuff like that. More likely it is one person watching one or two monitors, either rotating between cameras or splitting screen views in 9 cameras per monitor. This is a dime store. Big brothers get interested in your activities, which is the eyes in the sky. I don't know why they didn't say that, but he can also follow you from camera to camera through the store, but even the cameras have wide angles and low resolution. Probably not now, because this was dated in 2005. Everything now is pretty sharp. They can read, in my best opinion, where I was locked up at, they could read a name tag about 80 feet away. They could read whatever you have on a piece of paper. So technology has dramatically changed 8 years ago. Dramatically changed. Keep your movements stubble and casual. No store is free of blind spots. Find one if you do, then conceal there. The cameras covering the registers at the front of the store are called the hold-up cameras. The silly motion of the Old West style at a supermarket provided a feeble excuse for the store. Hold on, I'll finish.